Ecotech goodness.
Failure. Good morning.
Well, it's good afternoon. Saturday, so it's excusable. We got Mr. Spunky London. We got Mr. Yummy Scouse. Hi. Welcome to episode 3 of the most anticipated car on the channel. This is the official starter pack for the green machine. We got the key, we got the Clifford alarm, and we got a battery pack. In today's episode, we will be showing you guys everything that is wrong with the Calibra. We've got an MOT booked for next Tuesday, so we're going to get the car on the ramp today, have a good inspection, and see what the hell is going on. Watch the door on the old rocks, don't want to damage the paint. Oh, where's the bonnet thing? God, look at this leather. Oh, Ecotech goodness. I think the first thing we need to do is get a battery because this is a pain in the bum. Right, that'll do, that'll do. Switch her on, deactivate the Clifford. Hello, baby. Oh, power. Can't believe it, I keep forgetting this car's only done 58,000 miles, it's nothing. Sorted. Hello, Mr. Vauxall. Lecky windows. Check that out. Steering wheel's seen better days, but I'm sure we can get a lovely steering wheel cover for it. Back from the back. Oh wow. Sounds alright, isn't she? She's not too unhealthy. Is this your first experience with her? Were you here last time?
I plastered her.
Oh yeah!
And we made a nice face on it.
You did, yes, very good. Smito is the man responsible by the Vauxhall face.
Num 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 num.
Damn, just got my spoiler. Where was it, man?
Right there.
Right, we just got an additional 10 horsepower, thank you very much. After John drove the car last time, we've got a few lights. In all my excitement, I actually parked it the wrong way, so Mr. Scouse is kindly going to turn it round. Look at that arse, man. Ladies and gentlemen, get your tissues at the ready. Poor Ecotech. Did the pure power just catch you off guard?
It did catch me as it went over the ramp. It like it.
I think it's got an LSD in it, man. Yeah, what happened? Midside's got the spoiler again.
Are you trying to hold the car back?
Oh, look at that! Oi, pop the hood, bro. Jesus Christ. Before we start adding NOS and doing quarter-mile runs, we need to get an MOT. So today we're going to find out what is wrong with the Calibra and can we get it through an MOT.
I don't know if we've got enough pen and paper for this.
Right, well, I'll tell you the first thing we're going to do is replace the battery because it is foobarred. First thing that might need replacing or just charging is the battery.
Yeah, we'll get on charge while we do the inspection.
This is the ultimate budget build.
I mean, it's got a Bosch battery in there, which is a good battery. So
Yeah. To be fair, someone spent a small fortune on the battery at one point. Obviously, we are in Englandshire, so we need a cup of tea.
Marks on the floor.
What about the wing mirror, Scouse? It's got the glasses cracked. Is that an MOT failure or just an advisory? Why don't we just get one of those stick-on glasses?
Yeah. I'm done.
Got a little list going down. So first one is charge battery.
Charge battery.
And
offside.
Wing mirror.
Mirror.
The other thing I just spotted, Scousey, obviously this front tyre is a little bit flat again. Was it this one? Oh yeah, that one.
Well, it's only flat on the bottom, so that's fine, right?
Really, we need 808s for this. I mean, I'm not actually joking. If we're going to start doing decent quarter-mile times, we're going to have to get some...
And some really skinny ones for the back.
Yeah. Put that down, man. Cheap semi-slick. We don't want to spend absolute fortunes on this car. We do need some sticky rubber up front to give us some decent grip. So we'll either get some 808s or maybe an R888 or something along those sort of lines.
Battery insecure, needs sorting.
Yeah, needs a battery clamp. Definitely not suitable. That could literally hit me in the head if we're not careful.
Should we leave it then?
What a wanker. I'm loving this cold air feed. I mean, that is next level engineering right there. Look at that.
Yeah, for your motorcycle air filter.
Yeah, one thing I will say is there's some strange noises coming out of the filter when it's running.
Is there?
Okay, next up we're going to do a little test on all the lights just to make sure they all work. Indicators.
Yeah.
Side lights.
We got side lights.
Brakes.
No brakes.
No brakes at all. They were working though, I'm sure of it. That rear fog.
Oh yeah, we got a fog.
Got a rear fog light. Woo!
Reverse. Yes.
We've got reverse. So the only thing that's not working is the brake lights.
Yeah, I reckon it's a switch.
Alright, so brake lights aren't working.
For all of them to not be working, it makes more sense for it to be a brake light switch rather than something wrong with like one of the individual bulbs or connections.
Yeah.
Because there's 4 individual lights, chance of them all not working.
And those afterburners were the height of quality back in the day, so I doubt they're not working.
Yeah, that should be fine.
The horn works. Washers, yep. Washer blinkers are not working. Quick little look at the list. So yeah, that's what we've got so far. Now we're just going to test the
seats and seatbelts. So seats, they check for security, make sure they're nice and bolted down.
Seatbelt works. Yeah.
Clicks in.
I'll check my chair. Oh my god, look what I just discovered. This was at the peak of Max Power. They used to give these away with Max Power magazine. All good?
All good.
Right, quick little look in the rear.
Yep, all good.
Yeah, we need a seat for the man, because we're going to be getting a lot of car.
Mate, we're going to need more seats.
We ain't going to need a trailer. Seatbelts work perfectly. What about not having a roof lining? Is that an MOT failure?
It's not something they check for, but I don't know if exposed wires for your passengers. Wow.
And it's got a sunroof. Is it working?
Oh.
Don't get me excited. We need a sunroof really, man. It's imperative for this quarter mile. Can we get these things working? Oh look, I got it on!
Oh my god, yeah.
Yes!
Sweet, we can watch porn in the back. I mean...
Obviously nothing on the screen because there's no source at the moment, but... And to be fair, these screens are actually Pioneer, so these were quite expensive back in the day.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't spend something like £2 grand on all this stereo, seriously. What's next, Batman?
We'll put it up in the air, check suspension, brakes, exhaust blowing.
Temperature does seem to be consistent on this, so it doesn't have, well, it doesn't appear to have any overheating issues, which is a good start. The car is now in the air. This is the first time we have ever seen Under the Green Machine, so this is exclusive content just for you guys. Oh wow, look at these neons actually, they're pretty. They've almost got like little circuit boards and stuff inside them, Scouse. A slight oil leak going on there, but that's not really a
right
biggie.
from the top, isn't it?
Yeah. I think once we nos it, I think oil leaks is going to be the least of its worries.
Piston flying out leaks.
Conrod's coming out the block. The CVs seem to be grease-free, yeah. Shocks aren't leaking, no. Slightly crusty discs.
We're getting about 50% usage out of that disc, actually.
Do you reckon that would be an advisory or a... Depends really how bad it is.
Might be a failure. Yeah. The outside looks alright, doesn't it? You know, a bit of braking on the outside and it'd be good.
A tiny bit of a lip, but not massive.
No, but on the inside it's all corroded.
It's horrendous. That's a big lip. It all seems pretty solid.
Cat's still intact.
Obviously we've got twin rear pipes for ultimate pimpness.
That's a bit of an issue. So if you have a look here...
Mate, that is a bracket and a half.
Failure, because it's not supporting the exhaust system properly.
Okay. We got a bit of a leaky shock, but I think that should just be an advisory, a leaky shock. Yeah. MOT guy, if you're watching that, that's definitely light misting.
Well, we'll clean it off and it'll be like misting.
Handbrakes.
The mechanism's working. So
handbrakes are essential for any front-wheel drive car.
I mean,
that's your party piece, basically.
Exactly. If you don't have that, what's the point of driving it?
Yeah, literally. Hand-cooked tyres as well on the back. What are the tyres saying? Actually pretty decent, these ones. Loads of tread on those. Like Scousey said before, we're going to be main focus on this car is really going to be quarter mile. We might take it on a track day, but we can always change the rear tyres. So yeah, for now we're probably going to get some skinny rear wheels for it and concentrate on all the grip on the front. all three. Rear axle bushes look okay?
Yeah, that'd be alright.
Yeah. There's a little bit of sort of surface corrosion, but the main body itself is actually really clean. Probably half the fact it's only done 58,000 miles.
Yeah.
So that's everything underneath sort of checked and noted. We're now just going to drop the car a little bit further down and check things like the suspension play and the wheel bearings. What is that noise? I'll give those bearings about 1/4 mile and we'll see what they really like. They're both doing it, that's the thing, which makes me think they're...
Yeah. Still good?
Yep. It seems to be missing a seal.
Yeah, so if you had a seal in there, that'd probably lock in, so maybe you need to get another one of these.
Yeah, put that on the list, man.
Fuel cap.
We might potentially take this around the track as well, so I do think at some point it's probably wise to get a new suspension for it. I have been speaking to Coney quite recently, so it'd be nice to see if they do a set of adjustables. Yeah, for the
really cool.
old Calibra. Scousey and I are going to have a quick little tea break and we're going to pop onto eBay and see if we can find a new fuel filler cap. And what was the other thing? LEDs. We're just going to do a quick little measure because we want to make sure the LEDs that we get are the right length. I think just measure the old neon.
Yeah.
Nothing really. What's that? About a metre?
38. That's 49 inches.
1.8 metres for the sides.
Metre for the front.
Metre for the front? Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if they're longer, we can make it work. And the good thing about the little LED strips, they've got little cutting sections. So if you want to cut off 6 inches, you can, and this will work.
Back on the old eBay. We think we found the right kit. A little bit shorter than what we wanted, but it's proving hard to actually find one exactly to what we want. So, what were the lengths again? It was 90 centimetres on the front and rear.
120 centimetres for the sides.
Which is actually the same length as the current neons.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So yeah, that is the neons all ordered. Only cost us 22 quid, which I think is pretty reasonable. Next up, Scousey and I are going to look for a fuel filler cap. Right. There we go. So that is the fuel filler cap, and Scousey's Febby's actually not too bad a make, is it?
No, Febby's fine. It's not like cheap Chinese crap.
All good to go on the fuel cap front. One sold in the last hour. That'll be me. Now we're just going to try and find a bit of mirror glass. I think a bit of stick-on glass should do the job. £3.99. Let's do a buy. So we are all good to go. We've got the mirror glass, the Calibra fuel cap, we've got the underglow neons, we've got some stainless steel cloth holders, premium micro HDMI cable, duct tape, that's for Scouse for later. What do you think the MOT test is going to say when this turns up?
Or
I think he's personally going to love it. DJ, you said so. So yeah, we are going to wrap today's video up now. We've done quite a few little bits today, just trying to find out what the hell was going on with this car.
the car's actually in okay condition, isn't it? I thought it could be a bit ropey. It's been sitting for what, 12 years?
Well, apparently it was last on the road in 2009, I think, or 2010. So it's about 10 years.
Okay, so considering, it's actually not that bad.
Yeah. One of the last jobs for today is just charging the battery up. It is a nice Bosch battery and it does look pretty new. Just going to use this jump pack just to give it a little bit of a spruce. Okay, so yeah, now we've removed the battery pack and you guys can see it's now actually charging. So good little trick if the battery is completely dead. We've got a lot of extremely exciting content coming up on the old Calibra, so I hope you guys are going to stick around to watch it all unfold. Bye from me.
Bye for me.
You're not in the toilet again, are you?
We have a whole Mitto's
Bye,
toilet
Mitto.
series.
Love you, man. Oh, cool. Bye.